usually, as soon as I lift my leg, it burns and it feels like, oh, I can't even do 3.
Anytime a part of your body feels like a Lone Ranger, you'll have problems.
Yeah. So, and I think, like Jenna, that everybody always put a block between my inner legs because when I first started Pilates, I couldn't get my feet anywhere near each other. They were a good 6 inches apart, and I thought, how is everybody laying on the floor putting their feet together? I thought, that's impossible. But I can do it now. So I was super knock-kneed and hyperextended, so I've worked a lot on that. And I was very, very turned out because I wanted to be a ballerina. So I that was my affect. So I feel actually very proud of my body for making some big changes.
Yeah, you're doing great. Is there anything else that you'd want to kind of explore?
I think that the feet, the heavy heels into sit bones. I feel like my core is very strong. I did an assessment with one of the guys from the Polestar running, and he said your pelvis is exquisite. It was one of the nicest things anyone ever said to me. But he said the reason that your knees are hurting is because your pelvis is very organized and your feet are not organized. So the difference between them is causing the pain. So I've been doing a lot of standing on unstable surfaces, and I thought I was doing some footwork, but it wasn't as much as I was doing through my core, because that's where I feel comfortable working on my core, my Pilates core. So the connection down through the feet and up through the arms without all the effort.
Wonderful. Alrighty then. Let's begin. Let's actually start with. You said you could do the stretch on the with the core line. You'd be able to do that. Go ahead and let's start here. Let's start with the foot wakers.
So it's really great. Let's actually move them back a little bit so that you can bend your knees. So the question here is, what is release and what is lift? And now part of the counting breath.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This time straighten your legs with your counting breath.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That feeling? Inhale, bend your knees. Soften your knees. Just enough. It's just enough to feel your feet. Exhale, straighten your leg.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How do you feel the down?
Yeah.
Allow the lift.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Back open, top breath. Feel your feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now move back an inch. Keep the forefoot still on the ground. You feel grounded. Same thing. It's just enough. As you inhale, feel your feet. Exhale.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How do you play with? How do you feel? Pelvic floor to palate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Soften, release.
Do that one. Really?
Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now walk back and have your heel on the ground. Same thing. Heavy tail, inner ear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Soft knees. Beautiful. Yes. Breathing feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your ears coming up top of your feet.
So actually, you might want to bring them a little bit further away, because here's where we're gonna be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waterfall of the arms. Sensing the reach with the grounding. How does the grounding?
So make sure that you're in a place, where does it appear here? Still very much in your
Yeah,
feet.
and the grounding talk to the pelvic floor and palate.
And for this way too. So your shoulder, you're just kinda, you can do whatever you wanted with your arms right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So your right arm is gonna lead you out to the side. Left arm's gonna follow, and you are gonna let your feet rotate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Think about that strap at your rib cage. Imagine the wrist is there. So that you're not just going forward, but you also feel that support of the ribs releasing back. And allowing that exhale.
7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful.
Hamstrings to the front of the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Pose. Lift through.
Yeah.
Keep breathing. Was it big?
Now walk for a minute.
With your eyes. Be looking for some movement where there wasn't.
What are you noticing?
I'm noticing that I've got my back. And I feel springy. I feel my ankle, knee, and pelvis springy. And twisting my spine from my arms. And all the things that I talk about, but never quite. That I'm always reaching for and trying for.
It's okay, it's a new place.
Yeah, yeah, this is the thing that I've been feeling as I move to this new place.
Yes.
This old pain
Right.
that used to, I think, hold me up a lot.
Put it around your butt.
Right? Yes. I don't know. Play with it. So I cued originally that the arms lead, but what if the legs and the feet
You're this.
could be there? How would the arms
Just using
respond?
my weight.
Right.
Feel the springiness. Play with grounding.
So there's a hitch right through there. So keep
What
looking
is
at that hitch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No problem.
How do you joints are
when you
looking
get to
for.
that
Your
pitch.
joints are looking for that feeling of what is root,
That was better. Yeah.
what is relationship.
So I think that's the missing piece. It's not like there's a literal pitch.
This is springy. Same thing.
The wave in the stadium.
How do your feet root and create lift?
Don't
This is,
wanna do.
I'm bringing this in, because this is a practice, this is an everyday practice. This is a practice. This is your body work, and this is what your joints are dying for, that feeling. The more you give them this food, they just get it. That's it.
It's kind of this unit. Yeah, I see. So,
See that? And there's a place that you know the feeling,
figure out why.
yet how do you support the feeling? You support it through the visceral breath, through the fascial breath, through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I
6,
need
7,
this
8, 9,
bottom
10.
leg.
You can feel how is softening and widening. Go back to your counting breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How does that allow the waterfall down the back? How does that allow you to lift? How is your head finding orientation, a new orientation? How is it finding the waterfall? Are you finding the internal lift?
So let's actually.
And sense that backing and lift.
Fluid. Fluid. You know, how do you feel about being
It's not very strong down there.
It's gotta build.
Yeah.
It's gotta build. So it's just that feeling. I bring it up now. Bring it up among your about your shoulders.
lay down? Arms out wide. Let's first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Think about that relationship. So when I say knees, I'm also talking about two halves.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's not, I'm walking my knees and if I tell this is chunk, it's.
So it might be too far.
Yeah, I can't do it without muscling, it seems.
Yeah, so
I need some muscle.
lean back into the band.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're finding your fascial body, you know, and a sense what is elasticity?
The two halves, the two sides of your rib cage. Also,
This whole foot
when you turn your
to
head.
head and hand.
Does that give you more space to allow that top side of the pelvis to back?
Beautiful.
This next time that you rock, taking this
You
top
play with the
leg,
stretchies much?
I'm just gonna have to go a little bit beyond my
So,
my bottom foot, but I'm gonna
right.
carve.
I've never connected everything quite so much. And also, I think one of the challenges is going right into my very weak places, which
Coming from.
obviously, if I never go there, those muscles won't get strong.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
a little uncomfortable.
So when I rock,
Yeah, and it's so important what you're saying. What's important is how do we find the that was good. That was really good. You're feeling it. You're feeling what's a little too much. Like that. Let's go back over. Let's go over here onto the mat. Bring this forward. So the thing that, once again, the band is not a thing. But often often that's how it gets used. Like, now I've got this thing, and now it helps me to do this thing called the teaser.
Right.
Right. It's a relationship. So, you lie down.
So, interesting, I don't know if I said this out loud before, when we were doing the roll downs, I've always had this big snag here, that same place that keeps trying
The
to,
roll down.
when we were doing the roll downs with the Arcus
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
And so as we were doing it yesterday, I was thinking about that, because I always think about what should I do to get rid of that snag. And when I really anchored my heel and didn't go into my great big huge curl, it went away.
We're coming back to that. We're starting.
So that was very exciting.
Yeah. So you're going to put this around your head and around your feet. Now lie down. So you may not straighten your legs. You might bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees, but stay in the band. And let your head relax all the way down to the mat with your knees soft. So you're not pulling on your neck. Have your legs. Do you see how I'm kind of having you be responsive to letting your neck relax? Now, notice this band is, let's see, this is it's either medium or tall. I don't know.
It's like a medium.
Yeah, it's a medium or tall. It doesn't matter. My point is, whatever it is that you have, what you do is you notice right now that as you begin to straighten your legs, let your head respond to hanging to being in the band. Does it want to lift? Does it want to lift without your neck doing the work? Let your head keep resting in the band. Now notice right here, Kristen, very important for you to notice that I have to hold your feet up right now. Do you feel how your feet want to drop?
Mm-hmm.
You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So your legs are not being held by the band and by your internal support. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
How you got a little too much length here. You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what you do is you wrap it around your foot.
Okay.
Just wrap it around once. And wrap it around. Good. Now, lie back down. Good. You know how Jenna's been playing with lateral support? Feel the support. Press out. Press out. Let your head rest. Yes. Do you see how that's a very different feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Now what do you feel?
I'm mostly aware of the effort to keep my feet wide.
Yes, from where?
Kind of here, maybe.
Yeah, because your body's not used to playing with that particular feeling of what is shoulder blade to deep belly that supports your legs staying wide and open. How to use your whole, I'm saying it as a teaching point.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah.
As a widening, soft eyes. Notice how that's talking to your upper core. How your upper core feels some support.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Very, very important to notice that. To notice that this setup here, with just enough tension, with lateral support, is giving you a feeling of widening, which allows your arms to feel supported. It's a very important feeling and understanding. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because that is hundreds. That feeling is an embodied hundreds. Wide, dropping down, heavy head held by the waterfall, and the internal lift allows your arms to move with floating. Do you notice how your arms are floating?
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to grip your neck to hold your arms. Yes, beautiful. And now bend your knees and come back in. Good. So, from here, so notice how we're talking to your joints. We're talking about how everything relates to everything else. So now, bringing this, let's check what size band that is. Look at the seam in there. And
I don't have my glasses on, so I'm
Oh, I can. I do.
Yeah.
I'm wearing glasses today.
Oh, this is.
Oh,
this
and
is
medium.
Jana.
It's a medium, Wendy.
Is that a medium?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Small?
Yes, it is.
That's a small, great. Okay. Okay, so now put it around your shoulders. So tall sometimes can be great for someone who needs it around their head and their feet and they want to stand up or lie down with straight. But you can feel how it's not quite long enough for you to take your head down and be in a straight. So that's how you think about that. That's how I think about the bands, rather than this band is for somebody 5'5" to 5, maybe depends on what you're doing.
Right.
You know, what are you doing? Is how we're thinking. So now you're lying down with it around your shoulders and around your feet.
Do I want to wrap it again?
You're gonna notice. First of all, just kind of see. So it's around your shoulders, and now take your legs all the way down.